Have you noticed that after turning 80, small changes in your body start to appear? Changes that seem harmless at first. Many older adults think, "Oh, that's just aging. It's normal." But here's the truth. Sometimes, what seems like an ordinary change is actually your body quietly calling for help. Today I want to share 6 silent symptoms that many people over 80 ignore, but shouldn't, because catching these signs early can literally save your life or the life of someone you love. You might be surprised, these aren't dramatic warning signs. In fact, they are often so subtle that even doctors sometimes overlook them. But research shows that when older adults and their families are aware of these symptoms, they are more likely to seek medical help earlier, and that makes all the difference. So in this video, we're going to walk through each one of these 6 symptoms, what to look for, why it matters, and what you should do if you notice it. Because knowledge is power, and the more you understand what's happening in your body, the more control you have over your health. So grab a cup of tea, sit comfortably, and let's begin. By the end of this video, you'll be much better prepared to take care of yourself or someone you love during these precious years. Ready? Let's get started. Let's begin with the first silent symptom, loss of appetite. Now, it's very common for older adults to eat less as they age, and that's normal to some extent. Our metabolism slows down, we move a little less, and sometimes we simply don't feel as hungry. But here's the key. If you suddenly notice a significant drop in appetite, a change that comes on quickly or steadily worsens, it should not be ignored. Why? Because a sudden loss of appetite can signal serious underlying health issues. It can be an early warning sign of cancer. It can point to thyroid problems, infections, or even depression. It may indicate heart disease or digestive disorders. And here's something many people don't realize. At this stage of life, nutrition becomes even more important. When you're 80 or older, every meal matters. Without proper nutrition, your body becomes more vulnerable to illness, your muscles weaken, and your immune system declines. So what should you look out for? Eating far less than usual for several days in a row. Skipping meals you once enjoyed. A sudden disinterest in favorite foods. Noticeable weight loss without trying. If you or a loved one experiences any of these changes, don't just assume it's part of aging. Talk to your doctor. Early intervention can uncover treatable causes and help restore healthy eating patterns. Remember, food is medicine. Especially after 80, keeping a good appetite is one of the most powerful ways to stay strong and vibrant. Now let's talk about the second silent symptom, new balance problems. If you've recently started feeling a bit unsteady on your feet, even just occasionally, this is something to take seriously. Many people over 80 dismiss balance changes as just getting older. But the truth is, new balance issues can be an early sign of something much more concerning. Here's why this matters so much. Falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults. 1 in 5 falls causes serious injury, such as a broken bone or head injury. But falls don't just happen, they are often preceded by subtle balance changes that can be detected early. So what should you look for? Feeling dizzy or lightheaded when standing up, wobbling slightly while walking, grabbing onto furniture for support, feeling less confident on stairs, a sensation of floating or rocking, even when sitting still. These symptoms may indicate issues such as inner ear disorders affecting balance, neurological conditions like Parkinson's disease, blood pressure changes, mini strokes, or circulatory problems. The good news: many of these conditions are treatable if caught early. And there are excellent balance training exercises and therapies that can strengthen your stability and reduce fall risk. But first, you must recognize that the balance changes you feel are not normal aging. They are a message from your body, one you shouldn't ignore. If you notice these signs, speak to your healthcare provider. A simple evaluation could prevent a devastating fall. Next, let's move to the third silent symptom, blurry vision or double vision. Now, at 80 or older, many people wear glasses, and it's easy to think, oh, my eyesight is just getting worse because of age. But there's an important distinction. If your vision changes suddenly or becomes noticeably different over a short period of time, it could be a sign of something more serious. Here's what to watch for. New or worsening blurry vision, seeing double images. Difficulty focusing on familiar objects. Trouble reading, even with glasses. A feeling of film over your eyes that doesn't go away. These symptoms can point to diabetes-related eye damage, diabetic retinopathy, mini-strokes affecting the vision centers of your brain, cataracts progressing rapidly, macular degeneration. In rare cases, even brain tumors. The key here is the speed of the change. Gradual shifts in vision over years are common, but if you notice sudden or unexplained changes over days or weeks, this is your body waving a red flag. Why does this matter so much? Because early treatment can often prevent permanent vision loss, and in cases like stroke or diabetes, it can literally save your life. So if you or a loved one notices these symptoms, don't delay. See an eye doctor, and if needed, follow up with your primary care provider to rule out more serious causes. Remember, your eyes are a window into your overall health. Pay attention when they tell you something is wrong. Our fourth silent symptom may surprise you, a nighttime cough. It's easy to brush off a cough, especially if it only happens at night. Many people think it's just a dry throat or an old habit, but a persistent nighttime cough, especially if it starts suddenly or worsens over time, can be a sign of serious health issues in older adults. Here's what to look for. Coughing that begins when you lie down. Cough that wakes you up during the night. A feeling of tightness or congestion in the chest at night. No signs of cold or flu, but the cough continues. Shortness of breath that accompanies the cough. Why is this important? Because nighttime coughing can be linked to heart failure. When the heart can't pump effectively, fluid builds up in the lungs, triggering a cough acid reflux. Stomach acid can irritate the airway when lying flat. Chronic lung diseases, like COPD or early stages of lung cancer. Sleep apnea, interrupted breathing during sleep, can cause coughing episodes. Here's what matters most. If your cough is new, persistent, or worsens at night, don't ignore it. It's not just an inconvenience. It could be your body's way of telling you that your heart or lungs need attention. Seeing your doctor promptly can help identify the cause, and in many cases, simple treatments or lifestyle changes can make a big difference, improving both your sleep and your long-term health. Remember, a cough is never just a cough after 80. Listen to your body and take action when something feels off. Now let's talk about another silent symptom that is often overlooked. Hand tremors. Many older adults notice their hands starting to shake slightly and assume it's a natural part of aging. But that's not always true, and ignoring this symptom can cause you to miss an opportunity for early treatment of serious conditions. So, what should you watch for? A subtle shaking or trembling in one or both hands. tremors that happen when the hands are at rest, tremors that appear when you try to hold a cup, write, or button clothing, a feeling of weakness or loss of coordination. Now, occasional mild tremors can occur with fatigue or after too much caffeine. That's normal. But persistent or worsening tremors should always be evaluated by a healthcare provider. Here are some possible causes of hand tremors. Parkinson's disease. One of the earliest symptoms is a resting tremor in the hands, essential tremor, a common neurological condition that can worsen with age medication side effects. Certain drugs can cause tremors as a side effect. Thyroid problems. An overactive thyroid can trigger shaking stroke or mini-stroke. Sudden tremors could indicate a vascular issue in the brain. The good news is that many of these causes can be treated, especially when caught early. Ignoring the symptom or thinking it's just old age allows the condition to progress, sometimes leading to disability or loss of independence. So if you notice new hand tremors, talk to your doctor. Early diagnosis and therapy can help maintain your quality of life and keep you active and confident. Remember, your hands tell a story about your brain and nervous system. Listen carefully. Now we come to our sixth silent symptom, one that is often the most overlooked: mood and personality changes. Many families notice that an older loved one becomes more withdrawn, irritable, or forgetful, and they often chalk it up to getting old. But here's the truth. Sudden or unusual changes in mood, personality, or behavior are not simply a normal part of aging. They can be early signs of serious medical or psychological conditions. Here's what to look for. A normally cheerful person becomes depressed or anxious, increased irritability or angry outbursts that weren't there before, withdrawal from family and friends, loss of interest in hobbies or activities, changes in sleep patterns, sleeping too much or too little, unusual confusion or forgetfulness, saying things that seem out of character or illogical. Possible underlying causes include early dementia or Alzheimer's disease, depression, very common but underdiagnosed in older adults, medication side effects, infections, such as urinary tract infections, which can cause sudden mental changes in seniors, thyroid imbalances, or other metabolic issues, strokes or mini-strokes affecting the brain. Why is this so important? Because these symptoms are often dismissed until the condition has progressed. Early recognition and treatment can dramatically improve quality of life, and sometimes even reverse the problem if it's caused by treatable conditions like infection or medication effects. If you notice mood or personality changes in yourself or a loved one, please don't ignore them. Talk openly with your doctor. There is help available, and taking action early can make all the difference. Remember, a change in how you feel or act is a message from your brain. Listen with care. Now you've learned about 6 silent symptoms that could save your life, or the life of someone you love, after 80. Let's quickly recap. Loss of appetite, new balance issues, blurry or double vision, nighttime cough, hand tremors, mood, and personality changes. Each of these may seem small on its own, but your body is always communicating with you, and after 80, it's more important than ever to listen carefully. Here's the key takeaway. Don't dismiss changes as just old age. A sudden loss of appetite, new tremors, unexpected coughs, or shifts in mood can be signs of underlying conditions that are treatable if caught early. You are never too old to protect your health and improve your quality of life. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do in this stage of life is to stay curious, stay informed, and act when something feels off. Talk openly with your doctor. Share these signs with your loved ones. Sometimes others may notice subtle changes before you do. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel. We create videos like this to empower you with knowledge, so you can age with strength, wisdom, and dignity. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. And share this video with someone who may need to hear it today. Remember, your life matters at every age. Stay well, stay aware, and keep moving forward with hope. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.